New couch. Who dis?
Yeah, redecorated the office a bit. What do you think?
We got a coffee table.
We have a small coffee table that you can't see on camera right now. Remember, you can watch our Fitish, the podcast on YouTube every week as well. But yeah, I have been waiting only 6 months for some of this furniture, and it's here.
We have backup plants on the side just in case these guys aren't cutting it. I'm just gonna kick these guys' ass
I have so many plants, like a jungle. Yeah, and then I got a credenza. Do you know what a credenza is, JC?
A credit card.
A credenza. That lovely piece of furniture right there.
Oh, that's
under
credenza?
The TV. That is called a credenza or a buffet.
Why don't we just call it a buffet?
I don't know. You can call it a buffet table, but yeah, it's like a storage with the flat top that you usually just put books on. It would sit under a television. It's called a credenza.
A credenza.
Yeah.
Not an entertainment center.
That's not an entertainment stand. No. I mean, it can be used as such, but no, the technical name is credenza.
I cannot wait to use that wrong. Because you know I will.
So my Mexican lover gave me an Apple Watch for Valentine's Day.
I saw that fancy thing.
Set my fitness levels. Do you think he's trying to tell me something?
No. Did he say it was
Why
strictly for your fitness?
Why is it recording me right now?
Because you talked to Siri.
I didn't mean to talk to Siri. I don't know how this thing works. I just put it on this morning. I just got my Valentine's present. What is the date? March 1st. I just got my Valentine's present. You're
going to be able to take pictures on that? Yes. So Jenna, when you start, because I know you do a lot of. Band? That is a really cool band. Like is that real gold?
Yeah, apparently.
What? Yo,
Isn't that
I'm going to start dating Franny. That's magnetic?
Yeah. It's like one of those slap bracelets. Isn't that cool? I don't know what this is. The gold stainless steel or something, he said. He said top of the line Apple Watch.
Look at mine. Mine has holes in it.
Do y'all like your Apple Watch? Tell me about this. Everyone seems to like it, right? It is vibrating on me nonstop. It's driving me fucking crazy. I'm driving and I'm like, this is distracting. It's like I'm looking at it as I'm driving. This is why I resisted getting one for so long.
I hope that people know this already, but if you don't, your Apple Watch, if you're one of those people that likes to take family pictures, right? Mm-hmm. And Kenzie's one of those girls. I actually had to show her this. And you do influencing type stuff, right? For Fitish.
I do.
You do. You can set your camera down, right, on your phone, and then you can go to your Apple Watch, and then it'll show you what your Apple camera is showing on your phone. Mm-hmm. I'm obviously blocking it right now, but it normally will do it. Mm-hmm. See, there you go.
Oh, wow.
So it shows, and you can take pictures from your Apple phone. So it has a 3-second timer, so you can hit it, look up, and smile, and that way you don't have to keep going back and forth to your phone.
Wow, I had no idea.
I showed that to Kenzie because we were doing she was doing some pictures for this company, and she had to get up, hit the timer, 10 seconds. She'd run back, sit down with the kids. Kids did it wrong. Then she'd get up, go look at it.
Yeah.
It was a minute long. For every picture we took.
Just a picture, yeah.
And I finally told her, I was like, Kenzie, I bought you an Apple Watch, right? You have one. And she said, yes. So. And I said, you could do it from your phone. And as soon as I showed her this, she was like, her mind was blown, except she didn't know how to use it still. So we had to do it from my phone.
It is kind of crazy. That's cool though.
So that's one of the little cool hacks that I have on my Apple Watch that I love to use. And there's other stuff too that you can do, but that's my go-to.
JC, I'm feeling very healthy.
Why is that?
I have had 2 COVID tests in the last 48 hours.
Did you get one of those anal ones that they're doing in China?
No. I don't know. That actually wouldn't be a bad way to do it, depending on how deep they went in.
One of my favorite...
Well, they go deep on the COVID test. You know what I mean? Like, that's just like, when you think COVID test, it's like it goes deep. But do you know how one of mine was done?
No.
Like a strep test.
What?
Have you gotten one of those?
No, I only did the nostril ones.
Yep. So before coming back from Mexico, I had to get one, and that was up the nose, and it was fine. It wasn't a big deal.
Oh,
and
no, that hurt me.
then this morning, I had to go get one at the hospital because I'm getting surgery this week. I don't know if you know.
This is the week, Jenna.
Yeah, this is my surgery. But yes, I had to go to the hospital. It took me longer to park and figure out my way through the hospital than the test, but I had to go to this particular location because I'm getting the surgery at that hospital. So I went in thinking I was going to have to get one of those terrible, like 3 times up the nose ones. And she's like, okay, it's just going to be in your throat. So it was exactly like a strep test, that kind of scratchy, uncomfortable in the throat, which is crazy, huh?
Did it make you gag?
No, a little bit, I guess. I don't know. It was just like a strep test.
Bragger.
Kind of dry, like.
The funniest line I saw on a news article was Japan asked China to stop doing anal COVID tests on their citizens. And I chuckled because A, I didn't know that you could do anal tests for COVID.
Yeah.
And B, I think I would have preferred that over the nose one.
Yeah, that's how rectal thermometers were very accurate, I thought. Like, that's how I used to get my temperature taken.
If I have a fever, I just get down on all fours and I put the booty up in there and say, Kinsey, check it.
Could you imagine if that's how they had to take our temperature everywhere we went? Rectally?
Nope.
And that was the only way to do it?
Honestly, though, when was the last time you had to get one of those old school rectal thermometers? Because mine was, I still remember, and I feel like none of my friends remember because they were so little. But my grandma did one on me when I was like 12.
Why?
Because I had a temperature.
What about your mouth?
She didn't go in the mouth because that was our rectal thermometer, and I definitely didn't want that in my mouth. So she obviously told me to get down on her bed, and I was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like 12. I almost got pubic hair, and she took my temperature. My grandma was old school Mexican lady, like everything from the butt.
That's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. Everything from the butt. Medicine goes up the butt.
Yeah?
Yeah. Everything.
Yeah. I know kids in college that used to do drugs up the butt.
Smuggled them.
No.
Did them.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Like anally. Yeah. Don't you or I know a girl that got really sick because she dipped a tampon in alcohol.
Yeah. That's the thing.
And then they put the tampons in the butt.
College girls were getting drunk by the butt or the vaginas.
That just screams like yeast infection and UTI to me.
I think it definitely would.
I'm trying to keep myself.
pH balance would be way off.
I've been trying to keep myself as healthy as possible. I've actually been taking probiotics for the first time in my life because I've been taking I'm having to take a lot of medicine right now, like hormones, and I'm about to start all these shots again for IVF. If you don't know, that's something I'm embarking on, and I'm about to get into like the real meat of it. I haven't decided if I'm gonna like tell everyone when I do a transfer, or because then it's kind of weird, right? Because I'll tell you, I guess, but when you do a transfer, then you have to wait like 9 days to find out if you're pregnant.
Right.
But I feel like I still need to then kind of like lay low on it and then tell people when normally people tell people, like after the first trimester.
So you do nine days after the transfer.
Is when I go get a blood test to see if it's stuck.
If you're pregnant.
And then that would be like a woman basically finding out that she was a couple weeks pregnant.
And then you find out. And then you would wait for the first trimester to then tell everybody.
Right.
Right?
I think so, right? I don't know. Knowing me, I'll be like, I just got an embryo put in. I don't know. I think the danger in telling people is that if it doesn't stick, which it only has like a 60% chance of sticking, that then people start congratulating you and asking about it. And then they forget that you told them that you lost it. And so then they keep asking you about it. And it can be really emotional,
Yeah, that's why people usually hold off. Did you see Hilaria Baldwin though?
I guess they had adopted another, right? Is that what happened?
I hope so, because she just gave birth like 5 months ago, and then all of a sudden she just dropped another baby on us on Instagram.
6 is a lot.
But she wasn't telling us like where the baby came from. She won't say anything. But I'm assuming they adopted or there was a surrogate.
They're addicted to having babies. I don't think I want 6 though. Nothing against it if you are a champion of 6 children, but I don't know. We have 5 healthy embryos. I think I told you 3 boys and 2 girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did I tell you that yet? I don't think I had. I don't think I had found out. Yeah, we found out the sex, and that's the correct thing to say, by the way. You're supposed to say sex. They used to say gender, but now they get to choose.
Yeah.
Their gender, but sex is your like birth given.
But which ones are you putting in? Which one's going to transfer? I feel like they're college athletes, like they're transferring.
So they grade them, by the way. I don't know if y'all find this fascinating. They grade them. Yeah, they grade them. So they'll say like that this boy's an A, this girl's an A. So obviously you can say put in the healthiest boy or put in the healthiest girl, or you can say put in the healthiest of all 5.
Okay.
So
which one are we going with?
The girl.
5-star recruit girl going in.
I want a girl and a boy, but I don't know if a lot of women feel this way. I know I want one of each, and I'd probably be happy with either, but I think I'd like to go girl first.
Dumb question.
No, it's probably not.
You've told me the answer to this. So you got the embryos now.
Yes.
You got an A girl who's going in, and then you got the A boy. How long does that guy last? Forever?
Forever.
Okay, so you can come back a couple years from now and get the boy. Okay,
they are like cryogenically frozen. It's called a FET transfer, a frozen embryo transfer. So they're on ice. They've been on ice for 2 years.
Wow.
Well, the eggs, and now they're embryos. But yes, they are. So yeah, so some may get freezer burn. So you may, upon thawing, literally not have, like I had 17 eggs frozen. And upon thawing, only 13 were viable and only 11 were inseminated. And then the number 11 went down to, it's fascinating. Then it's a severe drop off. So they handpicked Fran's sperm and put 11 of his best sperm in the 11 eggs. And then they watch them for like a very critical 5 to 6 day period. And they have to hit all these markers and start to grow as it would inside a woman for the first 5 days before it becomes an actual little blastocyst is what it's called.
Blastocyst?
A blastocyst. So I have 5. I had 6, but one of them was all fucked up.
Of your blastocyst?
Yeah, it didn't have all of its chromosomes.
Yo, yeah.
Which
it's all good,
it's
man.
fascinating. So a lot of women don't know that, but like usually when a woman loses a child very early on, it's because it was missing chromosomes, which means like it didn't have genitalia or didn't have like arms and legs or could have had, a lot of other issues, ranging from things that they can test for, right? So you can test like, if the baby's missing a certain chromosome, it's going to have Down syndrome or it's going to have some other, different issues that they're able to test for. But a lot of times when women get pregnant naturally, they're allowed to do that test, but you're like, halfway through a pregnancy. So then what kind of decision are you left with? Like usually women are still going to continue and have...
Yeah, because it's your baby.
Of course, because it's your baby, but that is the juncture that you know that. But when you do it this way and genetically test the embryos with this fertility stuff, you can tell.
Mind is blown.
Yeah, so one of them was messed up. Cool. One of them was missing a chromosome, so we looked up what it meant would be, what would happen.
Yeah, what was it?
And it was going to have a really small head.
Aw.
I know.
That blastocyst. They're each different blastocysts?
Yeah.
So Fran had one blastocyst where they pulled 11 sperm from this blastocyst.
No, what they're called now are blastocysts.
Now they're blastocysts.
5 day. They're 5 or 6 day blastocysts.
Got it.
Yeah, he was just the blast and I was the cyst.
Can you imagine? Because one little droplet of dude stuff has like millions of sperm in there. And
it's crazy.
And you could see this guy coming in and like, you're all the little sperms. You're like, hey, we really want to go to the seed. And only 11 of you get picked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
They handpicked them because they can tell, because apparently this is so detailed. And it's just kind of mind blowing that I'm almost 37 years old and I'm just learning this. And I'm sure a lot of people are, because I've told a lot of girlfriends who have had, natural pregnancies and they're like, I had no idea. And it makes me feel better knowing that when I've, a lot of women lose babies very early on.
Kinsey and I had a miscarriage.
Yeah. And it can happen like, in the first month, but that's usually because something's wrong. And so your body knows to get rid of it because you don't want to have that baby anyway, because it has a lot of issues. And so, and I think a lot of women don't know that. And I found, they're like, that gives me a lot of solace because I lost like 3 babies when I had 2 children, very early on. But anyway.
And some women don't even know they ever had a miscarriage because they didn't know they were pregnant and they just had a little bit of spotting or whatever. And they're like, oh, something happened. Oh, I'm all good now. And they never knew. Correct.
So I feel this need to like drink a lot of wine. I'm thinking about smoking cigarettes again.
Nope, don't do it.
Maybe marijuana. I don't know what else. I don't have any other pills or anything to take. But Fran's like, I don't know if I like this approach, Jenna. And I was like, yeah, but like I might be like out for the count for a while. So
usually
let me just have it all.
Jenna.
He's like, yeah, you should probably maybe just like not do any of those things right now because it's almost like when you're about to go on a diet, overeating only makes it harder.
Right.
So I don't know. So, him and I can agree to disagree on that.
I'm definitely anti the cigarette thing.
Yeah, I know you are.
As a baby of a mom who smoked when she was pregnant, and that's why I blame my mom for not being as tall as I should.
My mom smoked when she was pregnant too. And she's like, she goes, I cut way back, Jenna. And I go, so what do you mean? She's like, I had like 3. I was like, oh, you had like 3 cigarettes throughout the entire course of your pregnancy. And she goes, no, like 3 a day.
I lived in the time in Mexico where you smoked with the windows up in the car.
Yeah.
And
people could smoke on airplanes.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
It'd be like when you drop your kids off at school, it was like a fog machine for everybody. You just open the door like, poof, oh, here comes Arturo. Poof,
crazy.
Jose. And then my grandma roll up and it was like a big time smoke cloud.
No, I don't like it anymore, but I did. I used to smoke. I mean, I hated it when I was young because my parents smoked and then they quit when I was younger and I had horrible allergies, horrible sinus infections all the time and they felt terrible. So I hated cigarettes. And then in college, I started smoking for fun every now and then it just kind of continued throughout most of my adulthood until, I don't know how long it's been since I quit.
Years.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I've still like had some here and there, but like I pretty solidly quit for a couple years. I think it's been like more than 4.
Yeah, don't get back on that
I won't.
No,
But what I was saying is I've actually been taking care of myself a lot more than usual. I've been sleeping more. I've been taking some probiotics. I've been taking prenatal vitamins. Apparently I have to do that amongst all the other things I have to put into my body. But because I have to do all these hardcore injections, I'm about to start those. I was like, I got to have a really good vitamin supplement regimen because I know I'm not getting all the nutrition that I need. And so that's where my Care of is really come into play.
Care of is awesome.
Yeah, because you get your little pre-portioned packs of vitamins, right? Like with your name on them. So you know exactly what to take every day.
It's literally what you need, you know?
Yeah, you're going to get online at Care of and you're going to take a 5-minute online quiz. They're going to ask you questions about your diet, lifestyle, health concerns, so they can actually formulate your personalized packs to address your specific wellness goals.
And this is Women's History Month, everybody.
It is.
Let's take care of ourselves.
And International Women's Day is upon us. And hey, and I love this. You know, they say we need to celebrate women because when we're moms and partners and business owners, we have a lot on our plate. And, you know, just taking your vitamins, drinking enough water throughout the day, it can go a really long way in helping you prioritize your health and self-care. So I'm a huge fan of Care of. JC, I know you and your wife love it.
Listen, you don't have to go to a vitamin shop and look at all the vitamins and think, what do I need and guesstimate. No, let Care of take care of all that for you. Take the quiz, have your packets sent to you, take them every day and you're set.
For 50% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com/Fitish50. And then you're going to enter the code Fitish50. Again, that's FITISH50. That is at takecareof.com/Fitish50. And you are going to get 50% off your first Care of order. Again, that code is Fitish50.
Well, from starting life to a little changing gears here, Jenna, there was something that made my blood boil.
Someone made fun of your hair?
No. Well, first, girl, this morning, you know what?
Girl, what?
Girl, this morning, first thing I see, I'll get into what I'm about to tell you in a second. First thing I see this morning is some lady on an old, you know, sometimes pictures pop up of Facebook memories. And I get on Facebook usually to see what my mom's doing and stuff, my parents. And so I get on there and I was like, oh, there's a memory. And there's a comment on one of the pictures from like 6 years ago. It was when we went on a road trip for work. And it was a picture of me, you, Kelly, and Big Al. And I had my short hair. And this lady wrote on there, she says, JC, your hair looks good here, but right now your hair looks like shit. And that just kind of hit me all sorts of wrong way. Because why? Why say that?
I know, but I get that comment all the time.
Like, why say that?
You should go back to blonde. It doesn't look good.
Right.
So, like, okay.
So I just click on that person's, because I want to know all about you when you're a hater. You know, I want to know when you hate. I just want to know what's going on in your life.
I'll tell you, they're mildly to severely miserable.
Well, first of all, I couldn't see because her profile was blocked. But number two, she's a teacher.
Wonderful.
That's all that. So you're a teacher. You teach the youth, right? So I'm pretty
inspiring the youth.
I'm pretty sure you teach kids not to do what you just did to me. It also said that she leads a youth group at church. And I'm sitting there going like, are you following your word? Because you're over here. Tell me, she didn't say shit, but she used the poop emoji, which is cute and everything. But still, I know what you meant to say.
Crap.
Maybe she meant crap, but I saw it as shit. So that's how my day started. But back to what I was going to tell you. So this made my blood boil because my wife's cousin passed away.
Right.
She was, her life was taken. She was murdered. And we went to our first ever funeral online because she lives in Ohio. And so we weren't able to go. We're in the middle of buying a home and I couldn't take time off of work. And she really wanted to go, but then the kids. So her aunt said, it's okay. Don't worry about me. We're going to have it via Zoom. And only family and friends are going to be allowed to join on here.
So weird, though, for something so emotional and deep. Yeah.
And it was sad. Her little boy was there today. Today's actually his birthday. He turns 9 today. And her the baby daddy, who is super in his life and a really good, like they get along really well. Yeah. Right? It wasn't one of those relationships where he hated her and she hated him. They got along extremely well. He's a really good dude, comes from a good family. Everything was going great. But the preacher... Sometimes the preachers say and do things where I wonder, like, did you think about this before you had it come out of your mouth, sir? Because he started talking about gun violence. And remember, there's little kids right there, including her son. And he did a gesture in front of the whole congregation and everybody watching on Zoom, where he pretended like he had a pistol and put it to his head and did a sound during her service for a woman who was killed by gun violence. And it was one of those where we started messaging the family members like, are you guys as upset about this as we are? And everybody was yes. But none of us wanted to say anything to the mom. We didn't want to say anything to her mom because we didn't want to put any more pain on her.
Because sometimes you're kind of blacked out in a time of grief that you don't.
And rightfully so. But I'm sitting there wondering, like, what is going on in this man's head where he thinks it's okay to do that?
Yeah.
It's like you think you hired somebody or you got somebody that's the right person for the job, man. And all of a sudden everything that was so beautiful about the service was just like came to a halting stop. And then luckily, thank goodness, her sister got up there and gave a beautiful speech about them. But man, that was like my first ever Zoom funeral. And I just walked away. I had to get up and walk away. I was so pissed off.
I have to say, I've rarely ever liked the sermon given at a funeral. And because I went to a funeral not too long ago and I was so rubbed the wrong way by the whole thing. I mean, the guy spoke for an hour and he talked about his own cancer when the guy that died didn't die from cancer. Yeah. And I found it to be very strange, especially coming from like a pastor, that you're speaking about your own issue. It felt very selfish and I didn't like it. I completely despised kids at the church one. I don't know if you remember, but when Kid passed away.
Oh my goodness.
I was on a lot of Xanax, but I still remember being totally put off by the whole thing because he didn't know him and he kept getting his name wrong. He didn't know him. And I think that's the danger because Kid didn't go to that church and I understand that his family wanted to have it there and whatever, that's their choice. But like, he didn't know him at all. And Kid, I just remember being like, he's lucky he's not here right now. Really? He would hate everything about it. And then, I went to something at his golf course that a bunch of his guys put together and a lot of like really eloquent kind of businessmen were speaking about him and their memories. He would have loved that sort of shit.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
I've realized now that being at Kids and being at this one, this gentleman also was getting her name wrong. He was mispronouncing it every single time.
He had no personal relationship.
And her son's name.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going like, there's two things you got to do when you're doing a service, right? A, get the person's name correct. Yeah. Just say it correct. Take 2 days. You have plenty of time before the service to practice the name of and it's not even a crazy hard name to say. And two, don't make it about yourself. And which he sang 3 songs. Like he was like on American Idol. Like he just started.
He sang songs as well.
He sang like 3 songs back to back to back. And it was like, but why?
Mm-mm.
Why not just celebrate her and talk about her and have people come up? That time could have been used for people coming up and saying nice things and memories and all that. But instead, we got a freaking. If I was on The Voice, I wouldn't have turned around. I was just so ticked off after that I was like, man, I wish I could redo that.
It should just be short and sweet and a meaningful. And I'm not even a religious person, but it should just be there's a lot of pretty stories, in my opinion, in the Bible.
Yeah.
You should choose
there was
a nice
couple
scripture.
Bible verses that were beautiful,
a nice verse, a nice scripture that, talks about being a good person or like what you learn from things like this, But yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. There are times that I'm in church just for funerals these days, I told you, and I feel so far away from the Lord because of it, because of just the person that's the messenger, if that makes sense, right?
I tell you who gets it right though with funerals. South America.
Are they the ones that prop up the body and you have like a party?
That's what I want.
I don't know,
I want to be there with you, put some glasses on me and a little hat on the corner with my little PlayStation remote, just chilling.
And we're all sitting here.
I don't care if I'm 80 years old. I just want to be chilling there, just like, hey, yo, I don't know why. I just feel like every time I see those, I know, as weird as it looks to us, because it's different in our society and it's probably frowned upon. But when I look at the videos and the pictures of those, everybody's having a blast. Not one person's crying. They're all having a good time and dancing, and they get to be there.
I meant to ask you, in Mexico, I noticed, because where I stayed, it was in the middle of nowhere. So we drove through a couple of really small towns, right? With the real traditional kind of houses.
Don't you love those, by the way?
I do. I do. I mean, I do. And I also feel like an asshole, you know, like, cause I'm going to stay at a nice property, right, to do something for work. And I'm passing through, people are probably really struggling, especially with the lack of tourism, you know? And I'm like, no, so I love those communities. It's amazing because, you know, you realize how similar families are. And sometimes people just live in, you know, nicer houses, but we don't need as much as we think we need sometimes.
That's why I was gonna say, don't feel like an asshole, because
they're probably happier than I am.
They're happier than we are.
Yeah.
No, it's not probably. They definitely are happier than we are, because they don't struggle with having to keep up with other people and luxuries.
Yeah.
Because everybody in those small towns is basically equal. They're all like the same level, and but they also all have like their, you know, dining tables outside. Yeah. So, you know, they're just getting together with the people in the neighborhood and eating every night. Dinner every night is everybody coming together, maybe 2 or 3 neighbors, they come together. And I know this because
I love that.
I lived down there and I went to those neighborhoods, and I lived in a similar type of neighborhood. And so it's a community-based feeling. Everything is about love. Everybody knows everything about each other. If somebody's struggling, kid's shoe breaks, somebody will either try to fix it or they'll find a way to get them another one. It's that kind of, and nobody has money. Mm-hmm. They just figure out a way to get each other's back.
I wanted to ask you, since we were speaking about funerals, I know when you see kind of little tributes and homages to people on the side of the road, I know what that means because we do similar things here, right? Yeah. If someone lost their life at that intersection, right? But I was noticing a lot of the houses have the little arches with, I don't know who is in there, but, you know, like a little picture of someone, not a family member, but a picture of, I don't know if it's probably not.
It's usually family. It could be one family member. It could be your grandparents.
But it stays there year round, right? It kind of looks like what you make for,
Los Muertos.
Yes, but they would just have them outside. So it's just kind of like a tribute to a lost loved one.
Yeah. And the smaller the town, like in the small towns, that's like the most important part of the house.
Yeah.
Like if you watch Coco, you know how they had that little thing in Coco and they went to a separate room and that's where all the pictures were. That's literally how it is.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that'd be a cool thing I think I want to have a room like that.
Yeah.
I think Kinsey would like that.
Just a tribute room.
Yeah, just a tribute room for everyone.
It could be your meditation room.
Instead of just doing it just once a year would be great. Put it right next to my tonal. By the way,
what?
I'm gonna. You know how I'm selling my house right now.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do with your tonal?
I had to tell them that because somebody is putting an offer in. I think the tonal helps sell the house. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, are you gonna leave it with the house?
No, I'm not leaving it. I have to tell them, that's excluded. But if you want to get yourself a tonal, you go right ahead. And I cannot part ways with my tonal. We've grown
what
together.
What if it's over asking? Yeah,
I don't care. We've been in a tonal. My tonal and I are in an exclusive relationship, and only I have touched those handles, and my wife as well. But listen, the tonal was the best thing I got during quarantine because when they shut down the gyms, and I told you this, Jenna, working out is my therapy.
Yeah.
And I needed something that was going to be equivalent to going to the gym. I need somebody talking to me. I need somebody to bounce off of. This is what you get with tonal because, hey, you have a trainer right there guiding you along, letting you know what you're doing. They're pumping you up. They're inspiring you, which is great. They have workout plans. You want to do yoga? They got that as well. You want to gain strength? You could do that. You want to burn fat? Whatever your goals are physically, tonal can help you out with that. They even have meditation now. So you could sit down and just do meditation. It's not all about lifting weights. And I was also wondering, I'm like, they're cables and everything, but you know, how heavy is this going to be? Yeah, up to 200 pounds heavy.
Wow.
That's how heavy it is. I mean, when I do deadlifts, I feel my butt about to pop out because I'm making the muscles work so hard. Like I said, Tonal's online community is bar none to anybody else. There's so many people. There's a leaderboard on there that keeps you motivated. All their trainers are certified. They got Tony Horton helping out right there. I mean, they got so many cool things going on. You can actually try Tonal for 30 days, risk-free. Just go to tonal.com for $100 off your smart accessories when you use the promo code Fitish at checkout. Again, that's Tonal, TONAL.com. Promo code is Fitish. Tonal, be your strongest.
I was trying to look at my rings as you were talking to see like where I'm at because Fran set my fitness goals. I haven't been exercising a whole lot lately.
Now that you're a new Apple Watch,
I don't want to share my fitness results with you.
Here's the thing.
I don't want to share it with anyone. It's weird. Fran and one of my best girlfriends follow each other on their watch so they can. It's so strange. I think it's made Fran obsessed with working out, by the way. He's on day like 14 of exercise without a break. I think he's crazy.
So I can call my buddy Austin and I can tell he is not up yet.
Yeah.
Because his is
zero.
Is black.
Yeah. Cameron's already worked out.
Yeah, Cameron has worked out already. And see, I hate that sometimes because they'll be done working out like at 6 a.m. and I'm sitting there working and I barely got 12 steps in my day.
I hate that.
And also your watch will sometimes, it'll shame you.
Really? Oh, it'll tell you to stand up, doesn't it?
Well, it tells you to stand up, but it'll also be like, noticed you're a little bit behind where you were yesterday.
Really?
You lazy fuck.
I think it's the single thing that's made Fran. I mean, I'm telling you, Fran is burning like 2,500 calories a day. He's working out so hard. He worked out every day we were out of town. I worked out 2 mornings actually of the 4 mornings we were there, which was good. But I was doing a lot of work. I was filming content for something that I can't tell you about yet. But he comes back from the gym. I have to tell you this story though. He comes back from the gym at the hotel and he's like, I just met the cutest baby. And this is the kind of shit he does, right? He's a creep. Like he takes photos of strangers' babies and sends them to me because he wants to be a dad so badly. Okay. So he goes, you're going to love where this goes. He goes, well, it's doing something. Oh, it's a phone call. See, I hate this.
He's calling you.
I hate this. He knew we were talking about him. What do I do?
You just do this. Watch.
Fran, I'm on my watch.
Hold on. You gotta let it. Now it's on.
I'm sorry?
I'm on my watch and we're podcasting.
Look at you.
Hey, Fran.
Savvy and shit.
Hey, Fran.
Fran, I gotta call you back. We're podcasting.
How many calories have you burned today?
Today, let me tell you just that. Just around 800.
What a sexy stud.
Fucking bullshit, Fran. I'll call you later. Bye. I have to hang up.
Don't you feel like
that.
a spy when you do that?
No, I don't like it. I'm sorry. I don't like that. I'm sorry. I had to answer.
One day we're going to have holograms that pop up from their watches.
So he comes back and so he's going on and on about this cute baby he saw at the gym. And I was like, did you take a photo of the baby? Because that's his creepy move he tends to do, why is it creepy? Right? Like, and so he goes, this couple, he goes, I don't know, this guy might have been like a basketball player or something. I'm not sure. And I was like, you didn't recognize him? He's like, no. I was like, okay. So I'm getting dressed and I'm of course hungry. I'm like, okay, well, I want to go eat. And so we start walking to the restaurant and he goes, oh, look, there's the couple with the baby. Like he says that and they're walking towards us and they're like, oh, hey. And the little baby's like, oh, hey. And like, I immediately recognize the couple because it's this girl. I look at her and I'm like, that's Shay Mitchell, that girl from Pretty Little Liars, that actress, and her baby daddy, husband, whatever. And Fran's
I like that baby daddy, whatever. Sorry, bro, you're not important.
No, he's super good looking. They're both really good looking.
He's married to her.
Yeah, no, they're really. Well, I just didn't know if they were married. They're really good looking, and anyway, they were so nice. You would have thought they were like old friends. I'm like, fucking Fran has no idea who this is. She's like super famous chick, and they're really nice. But he's like, I was like, oh man, like I immediately recognized her. I was like, yeah, he's just creepy. We've been trying to have a baby, and so he's always like telling me about cute babies. And she's like, oh, he was the same way. I think it means he's gonna be a great dad. And he's like, yeah, how messed up is it that like we can't even like talk about babies being cute as a grown man because it's creepy. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. It is.
It just really is.
Anyway, so of course Fran's like just becoming friends with people at the gym.
Famous people at the gym. Did you guys get their numbers though?
No, we didn't get their numbers.
Oh, you got to start.
We kept seeing them a few times, but no, they seemed really nice. They were there with another couple, I guess, like just vacationing. They were nice though.
Speaking of babies, and I know Kinsey's told you this in the past. I don't know what it is about my face. Because I feel like I have a regular face. Like I got cheeks,
babies
and a
hate
nose, and eyes. No, the opposite, Jenna.
Oh, you think you're the baby whisperer?
Not only do I think I'm the baby whisperer, I am the baby whisperer. They stare at me. Get on a plane, the baby could be in row 27 and I'm sitting in row 13, but the baby's like popping his head up like, yo, that's JC. Like, I don't know what it is about my face or what's going on, but babies always stare at me.
I think Fran is going to be like a better parent than I am.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, he has that. Maybe he has the capacity to deal with other people's kids. Mm-hmm. When I like kids and I'm good with kids, but I like them for like 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
You're a no nonsense person, right? You don't put up with no shit, right? You're like, all right, you're crying. Get the fuck out of here.
But again, do you think I'll be different with my own?
No, you'll be worst.
Worse?
Sorry, talking to Fran got me all talking Mexican.
You'll be worse.
You'll be worse.
That's
You'll probably be worse because you have less. You're going to have less patience with your own kids than you do with other kids, if that makes sense.
No, I've heard
Jenna,
it's the opposite.
No. I could put up with some other person, like Mike, our producer. His son could walk up to me and kick me in the shins, right? And I'll be pissed.
Well, right.
And I'll be mad.
But I mean, like a crying baby, when it's not mine, I don't want to deal with it.
Sure. But even, okay.
But I feel like it's like when it's my little baby, like on my teat, I'm going to be like, oh, it's okay.
No, because you'll be like, oh, it's a cute little baby. Your kid, you're going to get to the point where you're like, will you shut up? Just shut up.
Yeah, like you actually want to shake them.
Your patience, regular kids, on a scale of 1 to 10, your patience is a 10, right? With your kids, it's going to go down to about a 3.
But I see Fran, he brings me, he's like, hey, we're going to meet some of my friends for a drink. You know, we've been really careful. And so we'll like go over to their house. I don't know his friends that well, this couple. He was off with their child. And I'm like, okay, but he's off with them like the whole night. Like he literally is like making food
Playing
in the pretend kitchen. Like this is who he is as a person, which is amazing. And I hope that he's that way. I've heard that men, when you have a child, they actually check out for a bit because the baby's just a blob and they don't really feel a connection to them until they start like having expressions and personality and stuff.
Cheat code. This is Kinsey's cheat code. Have a C-section. Because then the guy has to do everything for the first few weeks because you can't move. You're going to like, when you have a C-section, and if you're listening, let us know because Kinsey could not move for like 2 weeks. So I was doing all the waking up and bringing the baby to her to feed. I was getting up and doing all the diaper changes.
Wow.
So I feel like that helped develop that connection with my children.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Love it.
So maybe even if you don't get a C-section, just have the doctor just like draw one on you.
I think I'm going to.
That way you can just like, hey, Fran, you go take care and develop this friendship with the baby and you'll be all set to go.
Amazing. Amazing.
I'm all full of cheat codes as a dad.
I love it.
If you want some of those right there.
Hey, but you know what? Skillshare is a platform that we've talked about many times on the podcast. They're a sponsor of the podcast, but I love Skillshare because you can actually acquire new skills. And this has been such a strange year for everyone. And something I've tried to do is instead of just sitting there on my phone being an asshole every night, I'm like, hey, I'm going to actually try and learn something, whether it's another language, whether it's photography. I've taken some photography friends on to Skillshare to look at drone. Yeah, you want to start a business. I mean, it's really endless. I got to get on there now and see if they have anything about parenting. I'm sure that they do.
I want to look into that because if Skillshare doesn't have a diaper changing program, I would like to take part in that and I'll do it because I was a great diaper changer.
Oh, well, I don't know. I have to look into that one, but I do know from the ones that I've taken between Fran doing the drone flying, the photography, editing. I mean, these are skills that I need because I actually use them in my day to day.
I've done art just because I needed to de-stress. The art classes are awesome.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Skillshare is an online learning community that offers membership with meaning. I love that. So much to explore, real projects to create, and the support of fellow creatives. Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth. You can explore your creativity at Skillshare.com/Fitish and get a free trial of premium membership. That's Skillshare.com/Fitish. Again, Fitish is FITISH at Skillshare.com/Fitish. And you're going to get that free trial premium membership. So take some classes. Just go poke around.
Maybe I should take one about how to fix a fence. Let me see what you think about this, Jenna. So my neighbors behind me are roughly the age of a dinosaur.
Which side?
Right behind me.
Oh, behind.
Directly behind me.
Got it.
Probably, I'd say he's 135. And his wife is younger, I think. So she's maybe 120.
She's 25, yeah.
But no, they're actually beautiful people. I love them. However, driving is an issue. And they hit my fence months ago. Not hard, but enough to where it pushed it back and it cracked one of the boards coming across, right? One of the horizontal boards coming across that holds it together. Not a vertical board, but the horizontal, that shapes it up. So it cracked it. And their son comes over all the time to help them out. And he's probably in his 40s or whatever. And I said, hey, man, just want to let you know somebody hit my fence. And pretty sure it was your parents. And then I was like, just to get double check. I was like, in fact, I'm going to check my camera just to double check. But I think it might have been them. I don't have a camera. But I told him I did. And so he goes, oh, really? Okay. Yeah, let me go ask. And sure enough, 20 minutes later, his wife comes to my door and she's apologetic. And she's like, hey, I'm really sorry. Yeah, they hit your fence.
Wow.
My husband says he said he's going to fix it. And it's been longer than 6 months. It's been over a year. It was before quarantine. So it was over a year. That fence is still not fixed. And I'm having people come look at the house and stuff. I'm trying to sell my house. And I went out 2 days ago and I noticed
It's
that
worse.
The fence had been hit again. But this time it took out one of the actual vertical boards at the end of it. Like they like knocked the nails out, like it's sticking out. And I'm getting to the point where I'm like, all right, I already told dude one time, do I have to go to his house again and remind him to fix my fence and now have to do it 2 times?
Is it not something you could fix on your own?
I mean, I could try, but I'm not a handyman. You know,
you're not in the mood.
Yeah, and I'm not in the mood.
It doesn't sound like a fun project.
Like, I can get
now.
out there and I could dig a little bit of dirt to get the piece put back in and grab my freaking cool hammer that I've never used and freaking knock it in there. But I think
look how fun it sounds.
It does sound pretty dope.
You have too much going on though.
I do have too much going on.
Just address it. I don't know what your issue is. Just go over there and just be like, hey, you need to fix my fence.
But I feel like
I'm moving.
And I feel because they're older and I don't want to be a dick, you know? And I know that they don't mean to hit my fence. I know they're just backing up.
Well, the son would do it, right?
But he hasn't done it. It's been a year. And so I know that I'm going to tell him.
Forgot.
He's probably going to fess up to it. And then he'll say, we'll take care of it. And then he won't do it. So do I get a lawyer or do I just do it on my own?
You just do it on your own?
Because I'm thinking I can get a full new fence for my new new people that are buying the house.
Your new tenant? Is that what you just said?
They're not
your
gonna be
new
my tenant. I'm
that
not,
are buying the house
rent.
from you?
It's
What
not
are
a tenant,
you,
right?
landlord? No.
My customer. Is it my customer?
No, your buyer.
It's my customer.
Buyer. I think they're a buyer.
I want to call him my customer. My pleasure.
I don't know. I don't have any tips. I don't have any tips for that. I would say just fix it yourself because it's kind of the nice thing to do. It's not, I mean, sometimes you have to measure like the value, right? Like it needs to be fixed before you move. How much work is it going to take you? Is it just like a Saturday morning for a couple hours? You could get it done. You'll feel accomplished. Then do it because they're just fucking half-ass fix it because they're going to have to deal with it again. You know that they're going to hit that fence again.
But exactly.
And that's not going to be your problem. So fix it like the day before you move out.
Oh man, why do old people have to hit fences?
They need a bumper there, right? They need some sort of padding, or what do people put in their garage, like the tennis ball that hits the windshield so they know?
They need a beep on their car. I think she has a beep. It's one of those, it's a newer car.
They can't hear that beep.
Yeah. And they're such nice people. They're like the cutest couple. Like I want to be them when I get older. Like
Props
I
to
want to
them
hit my
for
neighbor's
still
fence.
cruising around.
Oh yeah. They go for walks. One time he got stuck in his garage. Yeah, he got stuck in his garage. He dropped something and then and it went under something and he had a bunch of stuff because they were doing construction. And so he let go of his...
He like physically got stuck.
Yeah, he let go of his walker and then he was straddling over something and he was sitting there just going back and forth. And Kinsey was getting not naked. She was getting ready in the bathroom and she goes, I think our neighbor's stuck. And I looked out there and he was like just sitting there. Just
you can see out your bathroom window?
Yeah, I can see out the bathroom window.
If he had an Apple Watch,
and I said
he could have gotten unstuck.
Oh, of course. Yeah, he doesn't have anything on him and he didn't have his phone. And so Kinsey goes, yeah, he's been like that for a good 5 minutes. I'm like, why didn't you come get me like 4 minutes ago? It's been like 5 minutes. My man's standing there. So I go out there and I was like, hey, you stuck? And he goes, yeah. Said, do you want help? He goes, no, but I need it. So I was like, all right, man.
That has to be so hard, especially as like a stubborn old man.
You could tell this dude.
To accept help.
You could tell this dude used to be an athlete and used to do stuff back in, like, this guy was a player back in the day. Like, he was the man. He was probably a freaking guy that you wanted to go party with. And so he did not want any help, but I helped him get out from there. 10 minutes later, my man is out there stuck in the garage again.
No.
He got stuck again. That was the last time it happened, though. I think they finally got him some sort of a phone or something or a beeper thing because I haven't seen him stuck in the garage ever since. But yeah, twice in one day he got stuck in the garage and we had to help him. Cutest old man.
One of the things I'm not looking forward to with age.
What?
That and diapers.
I know.
I think I have to wear a diaper this week.
After your surgery?
Yeah.
I'll wear one with you.
Out of solidarity?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you know.
I want to wear like one. It depends, right? Is that the man? The older people?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard. Well, and a lot of women after they have a baby, they have to wear something like that for a while, right?
Some
like
leaking
you pee
going on.
and leak. Yeah, but after my surgery, I'm gonna be bleeding apparently a ton for like a week.
Even Kinsey had a C-section, and one time a frog scared her and she peed herself.
Well, yeah, because those muscles aren't strong for a while.
She like big time peed herself. That was like a
frog scared her.
Yeah, it was a little tiny frog. Like it jumped at her and she literally peed her pants.
That's amazing.
And the other times is like if I tickle her, she'll pee herself.
No.
So sometimes I'll threaten her like, yo, I'll tickle you. You know, I'll make you squirt. And then the other time she pees herself, It's when she sneezes.
Man,
Sometimes
I was reading what to expect when you're expecting. There is so much shit I wasn't expecting.
We gotta get Kinsey on here and talk about all her accidents. Yeah, she'll sneeze and then she'll go, "I'll be back." And I didn't know why for the longest. I was like, "Did she go?" Because sometimes when you sneeze, you have like a snot fly out, and you just got to go take care of it. You probably want to seem sexy to the hubby, but she was like, "I'll be back." And it wasn't until like a year later where I was like, "How come you always leave when you sneeze?" And she goes, "Because we leak."
I'm not there yet, but I have a feeling I will be, right?
Yeah, it's a mom thing. It's
that sucks.
It happens. Yeah, you're going to leak.
I'm not ready for these changes.
I know. I think guys start leaking too when we get older. Everything leaks.
I think I'll just get lazy and you don't shaky enough.
No, we shake, but sometimes like
it drips.
It just drips. I've noticed because I've gotten more lazy and I like to sit down more often.
I need a tune up.
That sometimes when I stand up, I'm like, oh, it wasn't all the way.
Yeah.
So it's created more issues. So I don't sit down as often as I want, but just when I want to be super lazy in the mornings and I'm looking at Zillow.
Yeah, I've been looking at Zillow. There's no inventory though, man. Like none. There's a little more up by where you're at, a little bit, only because I think there's so much more houses in general, but there's no inventory. Fran and I have made a decision that at least sometime this year, I want to find a super like mid-century modern house, which those aren't easy to come by either. Fran loves that style and I've really warmed up to it because it has a lot of character. They're kind of weird, but it's very mid-century. Not much inventory. The cool thing about those is sometimes you can find them for kind of cheap and they need some work, not cheap, but like they'd need some work, a little bit. And so I think that's something that I'd like to do, but
you want to come up to the burbs with me?
I don't know. Just keep your eye out on Zillow. If you see anything, let me know.
Is dope, man. My friend lives in like a cabin in the middle. That looks pretty dope.
Yeah.
I think I would want to do that someday because she posted a video of all these deer. Is that plural?
Where does she live? Deer is just deer. No, it's just deer. It's like a fish. Deer, right? Yeah.
I think it's like somewhere outside of Austin, Texas. Cabin style home. And there were, I would say 40 deer outside. Just
the nature
chilling.
would be amazing.
And I wrote back and I was like, man, that's kind of like the same in the suburbs, except for deer. It's just moms in yoga pants drinking wine.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if I'm ready for as far up there as you live.
It's the best.
Not yet.
Yeah, just get yourself some see-through yoga pants, a bottle of wine, and you're set.
I'm still too city girl.
No.
And my office is here.
I'm telling you, you'll.
And Fran's office is right down here,
You'll make friends right away. Everybody's super friendly in the suburbs.
I have friends.
I know you have friends, but you want more friends. Now you're gonna need mom friends. Mom friends with like your kids' ages, because you're gonna need play dates. That is a lifesaver. That's gonna be a lifesaver.
I have mom friends though. All my friends are moms.
No. Your friends have older kids, and see those older kids, they don't want to play with the little baby. You need little baby friends, and you're gonna make that when you move to the suburbs, because the city folk, it's tough to find those mommy friends. Up in the suburbs, every other house you'll find one.
Yeah,
that's just my advice. I'm trying to sell the dream here.
Yeah, okay. I know.
Is Fran like a suburb guy? Is he like
not
wanting
at
to?
all.
Oh no, he's a city boy still.
No, he's a city boy. Yeah.
You guys are going to be in the suburbs. I'm calling it. What year is it? 2021? 2023, you'll be in the burbs.
Yeah, the burbs of Barcelona.
You're still thinking about moving to Spain?
Yes. What do you mean still? I just told you this like a month ago. Yes, probably not for 3 to 5 years.
Prior to you saying you were going to get pregnant and stuff.
Oh, no, this is fully to raise children in Europe. Yes, 3 to 5 years.
Make sure you give your kid a cool Spaniard name.
Already got names decided on.
Esteban.
Esteban. I need to finish learning Spanish. No, we're really, I think we'd really like to raise family in Europe for a while if we can.
Hola,
that's
soy
the
Saúl.
plan.
Soy Saúl Owens. What's Francisco's last name?
Rizzo.
He's got like 8,000.
Rizzo.
Soy Saúl Owens Rizzo.
Rizzo.
Look at that. That'd be the best Spaniard name ever.
Rizzo. Yeah, we got some good names ready to go.
Did I hit it on the nose with one of those?
No.
You want to give me one?
No, I can't.
You're going to have the names?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
But I'm not going to announce it. I can't also say it until I know I'm expecting, but I'll tell you.
I'll get it, guys. Don't worry. But I ain't no snitch. If she tells me not to tell, I'm not telling.
Because it's a little unique.
It is unique?
Mm-hmm. Not actually like unique. Not like YOU.
Like a name that you don't hear very often?
Yeah. But not weird. Not like Apple.
Sebastino.
No.
That's a pretty cool name, though. I just made it up.
No.
Sebastino?
We're probably going to stick with ours.
Yo, Sebastino is a dope name.
Sebastino.
If you name your kid Sebastino.
Sebath.
Man, I wish I had a Spaniard accent. How come if we have a lisp in the United States, it's like we got to go to speech therapy, but in Spain it's sexy?
I know, it's making me think I should pivot my Spanish lessons because I'm learning. My lessons are actually like Spain Spanish with a Mexican instructor. So she corrects and teaches me that you don't say certain words. Like, you know, they say something different for car than you say, you know, I mean Mexican.
Does she tell you to use
you, the Mexican?
Os vamos?
No, and y'all don't use vosotros, and they do.
No, we say nosotros.
Well, yeah, but that's different.
Nosotros, vosotros? Isn't vosotros like all of us?
That it's like, I think it's nosotros is we.
Yeah.
Right.
Us.
And that was more like they, them formal.
Vosotros, yeah, them.
Yeah.
You could tell I paid attention in AP Spanish.
How do I even know that and you don't? Yeah.
Because I'm Mexican. See, we're talking about Spanish, like Spaniard. Castellano is what they call it.
I would, if any of you are listening to the podcast and live in Europe or have raised some family in Europe, I would love to know. Because we really are considering it. Not for a while. I mean, I'm not going to just like pick up and move right now with my business and everything like that. But yes, the goal for us is to do that in like 3 to 5 years.
Okay. Suburbs of Barcelona is where Jenna's going to be.
I don't know where.
In 2023.
Imagine, can't you just see me living in some like cool coastal European town?
No, I see you living like 2 doors down from me.
Not in Frisco, Texas.
Jenna, I have a Taco Bell nearby.
No, actually, I love.
Do you have a Taco Bell in Barcelona? Can you get a crunchy wrap over there? No.
I'm sure.
No, you can't.
I haven't had TB in a minute.
Oh, you got to.
I'll probably be like the full pregnancy craving.
I'm mad at Taco Bell because I got rid of my Mexican pizza.
Isn't it still off menu?
No. I asked for it and they wouldn't give it to me. Just like my chili cheese burrito. It's like it's like I'm being targeted.
Interesting.
It's like they want me to get mad at them. Why would
Don't
you
they know who you are?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Don't they know that you've been like the biggest free spokesperson they've ever had?
I literally got into radio because I wanted to become a spokesperson for Taco Bell because I knew I wasn't going to get the commercials on TV. So I was like, let me just go around the side here.
We're going to send this air check to them. Yeah.
Yeah. Bring back my damn Mexican pizza. That's all I'm asking is just bring back. Okay, you don't want to bring back the Mexican pizza? At least give me my chili cheese burrito.
Man, yeah.
There's not going to be any consequences, but.
They don't have that anymore?
No.
Why don't you order a bean and cheese burrito without beans?
I did that. I said, all right, let me get this straight.
Yeah.
I said, can I get a chili cheese burrito? And I said, sir, we don't offer that anymore. I said, okay. Do you have a tortilla? And I said, yes. And I said, do you have the chili, the meat with the cheese? He said, yeah. I was like, all right, put that shit on a fucking tortilla and close it and give it to me. And he goes, so you want a tortilla with chili and cheese? And I said, otherwise known as a chili cheese burrito? Yes. And he goes, okay. And I got it. Next time I went back, they said they didn't have the cheese. It's like the word got around, like, oh, this sneaky dude.
Oh, yeah, Taco Bell doesn't have cheese today. Give me a break.
He couldn't do it for me. I miss my chili cheese burrito.
Yeah. You just go, can I get a bean burrito without, because that's what they put in the bean burrito.
Yeah.
They put the chili sauce and
Yeah, that's all.
The red sauce and onions too. You got to go, no onions.
No onions. And I'm a loyalist. Like I will die for Taco Bell. Like if somebody disrespects Taco Bell, I'm willing to put my life down for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what I mean? So if you guys could just give me my pizza, that'd be dope. Thanks.
Let them know.
I'm willing to die on that hill right there.
If you have anything else you'd like us to talk about, this thrilling conversation, go email us at the podcast.
If I don't use my platform to get my chili cheese burrito and my Mexican pizza back, then what's the point, Jenna?
Again, that email address for complaints and issues is thepodcast@fitish.com.
I didn't sleep last night. Can you tell?
Yeah. Well, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, we will. We'll definitely see you next week.
I should be here.
And you won't have news for us yet, right?
No, I have surgery on in a couple days.
I have
surgery tomorrow.
We're wearing diapers on the next podcast?
It's possible.
I'm down. Just let me know. I'll go get mine. Just tell me which diapers I should get.
Okay, I'll let you know.
I need extra absorbent. So I'm going to drink a bunch of water. I'm going to test out this couch.
Oh, you're going to go? No, not the new bootleg.
Well, I'm testing out the diaper and making sure the couch is also going to be putting up with everything.
What's that called again?
Entertainment center. What was it? Chrysanthemum?
Credenza. Bye. On that note.